Good evening, friends. This is Pro Srinivasan from the ARPRO Academy. Today, we would be talking about road manners, that is, basic discipline while we use the roads. How many of you know which side of the road that you should walk when you are walking? No answers? We are expected to walk on the right hand side of the road facing the traffic while we walk. This is because it will be easy for us to identify vehicles coming from the front and take evasive action to avoid getting hit by them. Similarly, when you cross the road, you are expected to look to the right of the road first and then to the left of the road and then cross, because you will have the vehicles, because we have a right hand drive system. The vehicles will be traveling on the left part of the road. So the minute you want to cross, the first vehicle that will be approaching you will be from the right hand side. Therefore, you will have to be cautious here, and then the second half will be the vehicles coming from the left hand side. This is for a road without meridian. For a road with meridian, yes, still you will have to look to the right, go up to the meridian, and then cross where there are no signals. This will be applicable only where there are no road signals. Where there are signals, you are expected to 100% abide by the signals that are there. This is with respect to two-wheelers. Wherever there is this is with respect to the pedestrians. Make sure that you walk only on the pavements wherever there are sidewalks or pavements. If it is not there, then you will have to follow the rule, facing the traffic, so that you will get time to avoid getting hit. Now, coming to the two-wheelers. Earlier, the two-wheeler, you would agree, is being balanced by us on two wheels and is driven. So the center of gravity is very important for this, unlike a car. So any small disturbance or external force that will disturb your center of gravity will result in a fall, and the fall could result in injuries, or sometimes it can become fatal. Therefore, gentlemen, please ensure that you travel on the left-hand side of the road, close to the pavement or a little away from the pavement, but not on the middle of the road. But today, I find a lot of youngsters and even a middle-aged men driving their two-wheeler right between the lanes that are meant for the cars. They feel that there is space between the two cars, between the two lanes, and they try to squeeze through. Imagine a car driver looks at the front of the road and travels, particularly when it is a bumper-to-bumper traffic in the city. He will hardly be able to notice you coming on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side, because he will be more interested in not hitting the car in front. And if he's going to take evasive action by turning to the right or to the left, possibility is that he will hit you. Therefore, gentlemen, do not take the shortcut between two lanes and get injured in the process. Maintain this discipline. This is for your safety and for the safety of the other road users. You would agree that a two-wheeler center of gravity of a two-wheeler can be disturbed by a small shake to the rear of the motorcycle or to a small hit on the handlebar of the vehicle or on the front wheel. So this is a very precarious situation that you are traveling on the road, and ensure that you have enough free space between your vehicles. It used to scare me when I see some two-wheelers darting in front of my four-wheeler, or trying to squeeze between two vehicles and trying to come to the front in the signal. You are risking your life, and you are putting your family also at risk. Now comes to the passenger vehicles. There are wonderful drivers who maintain discipline, who properly signal their movements and drive. But in a city, in a traffic, in a bumper to bumper traffic in a city, all that may not be possible. But at least you can maintain the discipline of traveling in a lane, following the vehicle instead of darting across to the other lanes without even thinking of the other driver who is traveling that lane. Remember, gentlemen, the lane that is meant for you is for you to follow. And if at all you want to shift lanes, you will have to look behind, properly give a signal, turn indicators or hand signal, and then turn to the left or to the right. If you do not do this, possibility is that some other vehicle will be coming on that side and possibility of a clash, collision. There are car drivers who try to overtake from the left hand side of a car. Remember, the driver of the car in front of you is sitting on the right hand side, and it will be very difficult for him to notice a vehicle coming diagonally opposite behind him. So, therefore, you are putting yourself and the vehicle in front at risk. Imagine he takes a sharp left turn. What will you do? Either crash or take a left turn, take a drastic left turn. And what will be the result? You will be crashing, you will be colliding with either a two-wheeler or another four-wheeler on the other lane, on the left lane of your car. Let us not do this, children. Life is precious, and let us ensure that we are safe. We let the others also remain safe. Now comes the four-wheelers, particularly the city buses and the trucks that are operating. Four-wheelers in the sense, I meant the heavy vehicles. The least said about the city buses, the better. They swing to the right lane from a stop, then they swing again to the left lane to stop again after a few meters. Remember, you will have to be very, very, very careful while going behind a city bus, because you will not be sure which way he will travel, where he will stop to pick up passengers. Therefore, to protect ourselves, we will have to be extra careful that way. The trucks, though we have extensions and like the side protection guards and the rear protection guard, but still many of the vehicles do not have them. During a puncture or during some other repairs, these guards are removed and they are not fitted back. So when you are tailing a four-wheeler, a commercial vehicle, possibility is that your vehicle fully will go behind that vehicle, below that vehicle rather. Therefore, be very extra careful not to be too close to him, as there are two chances of being hit. One, somebody, the front fellow stops, the vehicle in front of you stops, and you also stop, but the fellow behind you does not stop, and then he gives you a bump to a rear, and in turn you crash behind the vehicle or below the vehicle. The other is, you are traveling fast, that fellow stops suddenly, he has got 4 weeks, and his brakes are air assisted or hydraulic assisted, so he is able to stop fast, and you are not able to stop at that speed. Then possibility is that your vehicle will go below the vehicle and crash, and you sitting just behind the windscreen are vulnerable to injuries. Therefore, gentlemen, give enough space in front of the vehicle you are in front of your vehicle, so that you have enough time to brake. These precautions are meant for the city driving. Now, when it comes to the highway driving, you will find that today's cars can speed at 120, 130 kilometers per hour. You also have trucks, fully loaded trucks, trailers traveling at around 60, 50 or 40 kilometers per hour speed. And the drivers of heavy vehicles, they do not follow the rules properly, and they always stick to the fast lane. On a 6-lane road, 3 lanes for traveling to and 3 lanes for traveling from, you find that the heavy trucks, almost occupy the fast lane. That gives you 2 lanes for you to travel. And these 2 lanes, the third lane, the slow lane, is invariably occupied by two-wheelers or slow-moving cars, slow-moving traffic. that gives you only one lane in which you have to travel. All the cars which travel between 80 to 90, 90 to 100, and 100 above will have to navigate in a single lane. So there is always the necessity to shift lanes in high speed condition, and you will have to be extra careful to avoid a collision. The cars are improving, the speeds are also improving, and you have cruise control coming in, where unless you brake, the car is not going to stop. It's going to go at that speed only. Therefore, you will have to be extra careful while driving on the highway to keep yourself and the others' safety. Happy riding, be safe, keep others also in mind. Thank you, gentlemen.